So if you're in business and you're planning on going to a trade fair or an event or a conference, have you got any tips for making that a really effective use of your time?
I've done lots and lots of trade exhibitions before, franchise exhibitions, start your own business exhibitions, been there for marketing for a number of different products and reasons. I think typically what tends to happen is people have a lot of work and effort goes into the planning of what their stand is going to look like, the product they're going to take, their brochures, their literature, and their expectations they're going to go there, set up stall and hope that people are going to come over and talk to them, ask them questions. That's a very passive kind of reactive way of dealing with the audience. Experience I had about 10 years ago at Excel Business Centre in London at a startup exhibition. The guy I was working with at the time, we created a product. It was a specific product. It was a marketing book that we were going to be giving away for free. And the whole emphasis over the 2 days was purely designed around building the list. We wanted to walk away from that exhibition with a list of people we could then engage with. So from the exhibition stand itself to the signage that was laid out, the whole emphasis was that we were giving away something of value for free. The only thing people needed to do was in exchange was to give their email address. And that worked incredibly well. And we found that over the 3 days, 2 days that we were there, we had 3 or 4 people on the stand. At some points we literally had 3 or 4 guys with clipboards, with 2 or 3 people waiting to give their details. And of course that in itself creates a bit of momentum, because when someone sees a crowd around a stand, they want to know what's going on. And it worked brilliantly, and because we were very specific about what we were doing, there was no mixed message. When people walked up and they scanned the exhibition, rather than trying to work out what do these guys do, who are they, why might I be interested in talking to them, and all those things that you're going to, conditional requirements you're going to put in place before you start a conversation, people knew exactly why they wanted to talk to us, because we had an offer. 2 days, 2 very, very busy, hard-working days, we walked away with over 600 leads. And that in itself can raise an issue, because you've also got to remember that you have to plan in time post your exhibition for your fulfillment, to follow through, to get in contact with people, to distribute the material you want, and so on. And I would say probably the biggest thing we learned from that was nowadays get people to type their email addresses into an iPad or something. Don't get them to scribble them on a piece of paper, because the problem is you'll have a lot of wasted email addresses that are inaccurate.
I'd also say, you were talking about Cialdini earlier, you're also getting a really good reciprocity effect in there. When you do follow up, people are already inclined to want to at least give you the time of day, because they've had a free...
Well, and the thing is, especially if you're a guest and you're attending a large exhibition with lots of different people displaying lots of trade stands or speakers and so on, you go there, you get immersed in it, you come away, and it's been an event. There isn't necessarily a lot that follows up. But if you're going away and you're meeting maybe 10 or 15 different suppliers or trade suppliers or businesses or organisations, the question is, what's going to make you stand out? How can you stand out in the minds of those people after the event? And if that means that 2 or 3 days' time you can then follow up with an email, you can, especially if you can personalise that email, or if you can reach out to the right people, if you can then obviously go through your list and start to qualify who the ones are that you want to contact, you can then reach out to them after the event. And you're just basically you're emphasising the value that you can give ongoing, rather than just simply saying, we're here, are you interested in talking to us?
Fantastic.